Please rise for the entrance of the official party. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the Marine Corps family and Reserve, we are gathered here today to honor Konstantine Zoganas on his promotion to Colonel, United States Marine Corps Reserves, which occurred this past Sunday, 4 October 2014, at the New Jersey Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Homedale, New Jersey. Colonel Zoganas embodies the finest values of the United States Marine Corps: honor, courage, and commitment. Today's ceremony is a great occasion to give the American people some sense of the debt we owe to our Marines and to all our military forces who defend freedom around the world. Let us be inspired by the heroism of a Marine and by the many sacrifices made by patriots at home and abroad in the global war on terror. To our Marines and to all who wear and have worn the uniform, regardless of the branch, thank you for your service on behalf of the nation. I will now read the warrant. Attention to orders. Would everyone please stand? Know ye that reposing special trust and confidence in the patriotism, valor, fidelity, and abilities of Konstantine E. Zoganas, I do by and with consent of the Senate appoint this officer a colonel in the United States Marine Corps Reserves, to rank as such from the first day of October 2014. This officer will therefore carefully and diligently discharge the duties of the office to which appointed by doing and performing all manner of things thereto belonging. And I do strictly charge and require those officers and other personnel of lesser rank to render such obedience as due an officer of this grade and position. And this officer is to observe and follow orders and directions from time to time as may be given by the President of the United States of America or other superior officers acting in accordance with the laws of the United States of America. This commission is to continue in force during the pleasure of the President of the United States of America under the provisions of those public laws relating of officers of the armed forces of the United States of America and the component thereof in which this appointment is made. Done at the city of Washington this first day of October in the year of our Lord 2014 and of the independence of the United States of America, the 238. For the President, signed by James F. Amos, Commandant of the Marine Corps, and Ray E. Mabus, Secretary of the Navy. You may be seated. I would like now to introduce ESP's CEO, Carla Lakina.
Morning, everyone. It's a great day to be working at ESP and to be honoring one of our own who's just was promoted to Colonel of the Marines on over the weekend, on Saturday actually. Right, Con?
Yes, ma'am. So
it's a huge honor to be a colonel in the United States Marine Corps. Very few officers make it that far. It's a high rank distinction. And if I remember my days working for the Marine Corps, as the higher rank goes, the percent of those that get promoted is smaller and smaller and smaller, and particularly true for the reserves, where the competition is even more fierce. So to have made the rank of 06 in the Corps means that someone has demonstrated unique, special, superior capabilities. And so, Con, we're all very proud of you today. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Con's background, and because it's quite a distinguished career, both on the military side and on the civilian side. And so Con's a New Jersey native, but graduated, I say but because it's St. Joseph's College of Maine, not in Maine, right? Of yes, Maine, I didn't know, in 1987, and then enlisted in the Marine Corps in October of 1990. Went off to Parris Island, sand fleas and all. You know, in the Marine Corps, there's a bit of a joke about the Marines that go to boot camp at Parris Island and the ones that go to San Diego. We affectionately referred to the Marines that train in San Diego as the Hollywood Marines, and the Marines that come out of Parris Island as just a different caliber type Marine. So a little bit perhaps of a different experience at Parris Island. So another distinction. And then he attended, after Parris Island, attended the Fire Direction Controlman's course at Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and was assigned to Alpha Battery, 1st Battalion, 10th Marines at Camp Lejeune. So it's a whole East Coast story here. Then he went to OCS, Officer Candidate School, was selected and attended OCS in 1992, and was commissioned as an officer in the Marine Corps April 10th, 1992. Then he went off to the basic school in December of that same year, and then after the basic school, attended the Field Artillery Officer Basic Course at Fort Sill again. So there's a whole artillery component here to Khan's background. He started a series of company grade assignments in 93, first with 5th Battalion, 10th Marines. Then he had other different jobs and actually deployed with 26 MU, Special Operations Command, was part of Operation Deny Flight. Khan tells me those were interesting times. So if you can think back, all the things that were happening in the world back then. Also, he left active service in 1995. So I think about 5 years of active duty, and then into the Marine Corps Reserves, the Selective Marine Corps Reserve in March of 96, and joined Battery G, 3rd Battalion, 14th Marines. He had many different assignments as a reserve officer, including Fire Direction Officer. He commanded Battery G, 3rd Battalion, 14th Marines, from October 97 to September of 1999. Post-command, he was assigned to the Peacetime Wartime Support Team in West Trenton, in New Jersey. And then in 2000, he reported back to Headquarters Battery, 3rd Battalion, 14th Marines, serving initially as the Battalion Fire Direction Officer. So he also had a deployment to Operation Iraqi Freedom in July 2006 to April 2007. He served as the Task Force Military Police Executive Officer, both for 1st Battalion and 3rd Battalion, 14th Marines. Then Lieutenant Colonel Zoganas assumed command of 3rd Battalion, 14th Marines in 2009 to 2011. So he's currently a staff officer for the Marine Ground Task Force Staff Training Program Directorate at Quantico, Virginia. Now, I want to highlight this to you, because if you're familiar with the Marine Corps, you know Marines train as they fight and fight as they train. The training is extraordinarily important. As a matter of fact, through the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, they would take the information that they learned about the enemy and about combat ops in those combat situations, incorporate it into their training back here in CONUS, their pre-deployment training, so that the next group of Marines to deploy would have the benefit of what their immediate predecessors learned. We have many very agile and rapidly changing enemies, certainly in the Middle East. And so this is critical for success. It saves lives, and it makes us a powerful fighting force. So in the Corps, only the best and the smartest Marines do the training mission because it's so critical to their success. So it's a high honor for Colonel Z to have the job that he has today. He has numerous awards and a terrific family. Now on the other side, on his civilian side, because remember, he's currently a reservist, he's got 28 years in private industry, served as a government auditor, a bank controller, an IT director. It's a lot of diversity there. At General Electric, TD Waterhouse, and Hosokawa, did I say that right? Yes, Hosokawa International. I'm going to ask him what that one is because I don't know what that one is. And he came to ESP in 2003 and has been supporting Army C4ISR ever since. And another tribute to our joint operations, ESP's joint operations, where we can merge the expertise of the Marine Corps with the expertise of the Army, and just have a tremendously powerful outcome. And so I'm really proud to have him on the staff here, and even more proud that you're receiving this promotion and that we can just pay tribute to it. In his limited spare time, because you can see how busy he is, he helped form a non-profit organization to fight homelessness amongst veterans. And I think you're going to grad school, too,
Yes,
at
ma'am.
Seton Hall for strategy, leadership, and communications. So I'm glad you're on the team. I'm glad I'm on your team, your Marine Corps team, your Army team, and your ESP team. And this is a huge accomplishment. So on behalf of all of ESP, many, many congratulations. And we're proud to serve with you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good morning. Okay. Ma'am, thank you very much for your kind remarks. I'm equally humbled and honored to be here. And to all our Marines, sailors, airmen, soldiers, veterans, honored guests, and of course my esteemed colleagues and ESP family, I am equally honored and humbled that you chose to share in this achievement with me. In the spring of 2007, a Marine convoy embarked on a mission to escort 300 Iraqi police recruits to their training academy across 300 miles of the desert in Iraq. And halfway through their mission, they would meet enemy resistance. They would declare TIC, troops in contact, which means, oh boy, it's hit the fan. And they would send out a lone, disparate communications requests for support. And support, of course, in the military organization is everything. It makes a difference. It matters. And so, as I reflect on occasions like this today, look back on my career, the highs and the lows, and everything that conspired to bring me to this point, I'm reminded of a quote by our soon-to-be 36th Commandant, General Dunford, whose 1st Battalion commander told him the 3 rules to success, though he could only remember the first one, which was to surround yourself with good people. And so the reality is, I have been fortunate and blessed in that I don't have to look very far for inspiration or answers. I only have to look here in the faces of each of you to see that this great organization, one of the best in its industries, has provided me with the support that I needed because you each have made a difference in my life and you each matter. So, to summarize here, I am, and as we look forward towards ESP's next chapter in their maturation, I'm reminded that this achievement, this milestone, is really as much yours as it is mine, because each of you has made a difference. Each of you has mattered to me here. And if you don't believe me, just ask those Marines on that convoy who were from my unit. And as a result of one lone Blue Force tracker from the program we support, they received that desperate cry for help and are home safe again today. So my heartfelt thanks go out to each and every one of you for your continued commitment, not only to myself, but to my family, to the Marine Corps, and especially to ESP. So thank you, God bless, and Semper Fidelis.
At this time, I would ask that you remain standing for the exit of the official party. Thank you. That concludes the ceremony. We encourage you to come up and congratulate Colonel Zoganas on his wonderful achievement and enjoy some light refreshment.